Well, the India story along the sidelines of the World Economic Forum continues to grow. It's all about potential investments in India, reaching out to different companies, different countries, and seeing what opportunities arise. Chirag Paswan is one of our youngest and most dynamic young ministers. He handles food processing and is with us. Thanks very much for being with you. Wonderful to speak to you.
Thank you.
I must ask you, we are one of the largest in the world when it comes to food processing. In terms of opportunities over here or people you've spoken to, what progress has there been?
Well, not only because I'm heading this ministry, but I genuinely believe, even when I was not given the responsibility of this ministry, I always used to talk about food processing sector. Like, I come from Bihar. India as a whole also is an agri-based country. But a state like Bihar, like my state, it's absolutely based on agriculture. So repeatedly I used to mention this, that how important food processing sector is for India, and there's so much of scope for that sector. I always used to give examples from Bihar that, we have makhana here, we have mangoes here, we have lychees here, we have n number of products, there which if can be processed, will help our farmers, will also get processing units, will generate employment, will create job opportunities. So yes, it's an extremely important. I think I manifested it so much that eventually my Prime Minister gave me the responsibility of this portfolio. But now, after heading this portfolio, I realize that yes, it is one of the fastest growing sector, and the scope is unlimited. My Prime Minister's vision is that eventually, we want to present ourselves as world global food basket, and I think we have that potential. And the way this industry, this sector is growing, and the kind of excitement that I see globally, when I meet heads of various other processing unit companies, when I meet them, and the kind of excitement that they show in this sector, this makes my belief even all the way more confirmed that yes, we have unlimited scope, and we are doing that. The kind of export that has increased in the past 1 decade, precisely, the figures shows that yes, this is one of the fastest growing, rapidly growing sectors.
Post-harvest losses are a huge concern. Food processing can come in over there in a big way. Can you explain to us the potential of food processing capitalizing on the post-harvest time period, which is so critical?
So right, absolutely. Post-harvest losses has been a concern for the longest time, and that's where processing units comes in. Especially with the perishable items like vegetables and fruits, if they get processed, so the longevity increases, it gets canned, it gets packed, it gets in a process system where you can retain it for the longer time. And this really helps our farmers. My heart really bleeds, when I see those images, those pictures, where eventually farmers have to throw their products out on the road, tomatoes, potatoes and stuff. So that is a very, very disturbing image to see. But then, yes, through food processing, you can change the form of that product, you can make it more durable, it can last longer. And that has been really helping the farmers. I can see that kind of excitement in the farmers also now, when we do backward linkages, so they are excited and they are willing to connect with the companies, with the food processing sector, and they are willing to, process during farming only, their products in a way that can help, that can directly be taken by the companies.
You mentioned an important point, loss and waste. In many cases, we have an abundance of food produce. It gets thrown away, sometimes it gets, because of storage concerns, it gets rotten and things like that. How important is it for us to ensure that the storage of food produce is stepped up and that we get greater investment to ensure that it's scanned and packaged, whether Indian investment or even foreign investment?
So I think over the past a decade or so, we have worked a lot on building up the infrastructure, the whole ecosystem around this, right from farm to the fork, we have tried to develop this ecosystem in terms of cold storages and stuff, where you can actually preserve the products for the longest time. And I think that has really been helping. That gives farmers also a lot of relief that immediately they don't have to sell it out to the market. Though I honestly believe that a lot needs to be done in this term. If you look at the length and the breadth of the country, there are a lot of infrastructural work that is still pending to be done. But then I'm very happy that a lot of private investors are also getting associated. They want to help government of India building up the infrastructure and the whole logistic. So yes, I think gradually we are reaching there.
One final question. Climate change is upon us. When it comes to food, it's a huge concern. Some areas have excess rainfall, some areas have droughts at the same time. Ultimately, we have to have sustainable growth. Certainly when it comes to, food and ultimately food processing as well. Is this something that really concerns you? That we have this upon us and, we have to work around it?
Of course, this concerns us, but then I think India is a country with so much of diversity that we have seen it all through our life. So our farmers are already well aware of the climatic condition. Definitely with the new changes that are coming in the climate, definitely they are trying to, educate themselves with the new changes also government through our own policies, we are also trying to educate the farmer with the new changes, that how in limited water, you can have more production, in drought areas, how can we improve our production. So we are coming out with these initiatives. Also a lot of scheme of the ministry, whether it's through PMKSY or whether it's PMFME schemes, which is for the micro and the smallest, enterprises, and also through PLI schemes, which is for the larger companies, So through these schemes also, we are trying to educate the farmers and, providing them with complete hand-holding. Also, there's an initiative of the ministry which is World Food India. Last year we did the 3rd edition, and eventually we wanted to make it a annual event, where we provide a platform where under one roof, every sector associated with food processing, they come under one roof, whether they are new innovations, new startup ideas, new technologies globally. So we invite global heads also associated with food processing, and everybody comes under one roof where we exchange ideas, we exchange technologies, we exchange new innovation, new startup ideas, and I think that really helps us to grow together. I mean, India is very, very committed towards this collaboration, our commitment towards the collaboration where globally we want to grow together. Yeah. And I think our presence in Davos and World Economic Forum, I think it asserts our commitment towards global cooperation. And I think we're doing this back home also, where globally we are inviting all the countries and experiences their technologies and sharing ours with them.
Chirag Paswan, wonderful to speak to you.
Thank you.
So you interviewed just in the time for the snow. We haven't had snow over here for the last 4 days.
For the last 4 days, yeah. But
nice.
today's snowing.
It is. Thank you very much. Thanks once again.
Thank you. Thank you.